for the ordinary MC or DCA, you really don't have your own time. The time you are at home and you think that you want to relax with your family is the time that the children are running in and saying that there's somebody who wants to see you outside. And then and then you think it's one person, and later it's another person, and another person, and another person. So it's really very difficult. But yeah, we have grown into it, and we are managing. You find the little time that you find, you have to rest and to also get in touch with friends. You know, fortunately for us now, you have the mobile phone, so we are able to keep in touch with our friends and all that and all that. And from time to time, when we have a meeting outside of town, that's the period I use for resting. Because then you can go and sleep, you know, and nobody comes to wake you up, you know, to see you.
We currently,
that
apart
is the
from
and we love it.
Government and donor funds, as I've spoken about the Ghana Secondary Cities project, we Assembly does not have that kind of a partnership with any other organization.
To Rex
S.A. Asanga, the Municipal Chief Executive for Bolga Municipal. You know, Bolga is a very fast-growing municipality because of its dual, or I can say even triple, you know, role of being a regional capital, of being a municipal capital, but also of being a major road intersection. So it has been growing very fast, and you know, because a lot of people are moving to settle in Bolga. So we have the population is expanding by leaps and bounds, and that means that there's pressure also on social services, health, education, and transport. So that has been our main focus, to improve the road infrastructure, to improve our educational facilities, and also to improve our health facilities. Rehabilitated a good number of schools in the educational sector, built new ones, provided furniture, a lot of furniture to schools, especially to basic schools. In fact, we are even constructing a classroom block for one of our community day schools at Sirgu. That's the Sirgu Senior SS, which was started by the community and later absorbed by government. So we have put in a lot of, funding and to support infrastructure and also to provide furniture, you know, for basic schools. In the area of health, we have constructed a number of cheap compounds and rehabilitated quite a significant number of others, in addition to providing them with equipment, and that is for the health sector. In the road sector, there has been a massive, you know, investment in the road sector, both by central government and also by, you know, the Municipal Assembly. A good example, I would say, if under the Soko project, we are currently constructing over 5 kilometers of tarred road. We're going to construct and tar 5 kilometers of roads within Bolgatanga, within the municipality. And I think that is one of the most significant, you know, road projects that are being undertaken. I don't remember any time that any government has, at a go, you know, constructed and tarred over 5 kilometers of roads, and that's what we are doing, both, you know, of course, under the Ghana Secondary City Support Project. Sorry, I said Soko, but this is under the Ghana Secondary City Support Project. And if we look at feeder roads, urban roads, Ghana Highways Authority, and our own department, you know, roads department here, a lot of road repairs, in terms of repairs on the, you know, what do you call it, how do you call that, potholes, patching of potholes, reshaping of roads, construction of new feeder roads and all that. Several hundred kilometers of roads have been worked on. You know, if you want to put them together in terms of feeder roads department, in terms of urban roads department, in terms of Ghana highways, you know, and then in terms of our own department, roads department, we have done several road projects. To the extent that if you go into any of our communities today, within the municipality, there's not a single community where there is no good road leading to those communities. They have all been reshaped, and put in good order. Of course, under the current rainy season, normally some of these roads will get bad, but immediately after that, I thank God and thanks to His Excellency Nana Aduranko Akufo-Addo and his able Lieutenant Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who is going to be the next president of the Republic of Ghana. They have brought the drip, project, that has given us a lot of, machinery, and we are going to hit the road. Running. I think from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with the repair of our roads. So that is going to enhance, the road infrastructure within our municipality, which is a key area of infrastructure that we need to put in place. So these are the key infrastructure. But one of the what we call it, development that this municipality is undertaking under the Ghana Secondary City Support Project is what we call the mechanical enclave. Under the mechanical enclave project, the idea is to have a kind of in the Ashanti region in Kumasi, they call it what? They call it where all the fitters are. We are putting up a place where we are going to move all the fitters, in town, the artisans, to that place. And so we have finished the construction of what we call the sheds, a number of sheds, over 64 sheds. We have finished some, and some are still under construction. That's fitter sheds. We have finished the construction of shops for them. About 40 have been completed. 24 more have been awarded, and they are under construction. There is going to be what we call a facility, commercial facility, where you have restaurants and what have you. We have a police station there, for the security of the enclave and also the adjoining communities. We have a fire station there, we have a state-of-the-art, washroom. So if you go there right now, you will be impressed with the amount of work that is going on there. Over 57 to 58 million Ghana cedis is being invested by government, at the mechanical enclave. This is the single most important investment by any government in our history, at any one particular place in our municipality. And if the road network, for instance, one of the roads or two critical roads that the government is undertaking from the national level is the Tanzui Sirigu Naga road, a distance of 31 kilometers, and government is spending about 64 million cedis on that road. The contractor is on site. One of the most significant investments that this government has made within our municipality is in the road sector. Under the Ghana Secondary City Support Project, we are providing and constructing and tarring over 5 kilometers of roads within the municipality. Currently, government is also constructing some major roads within our municipality, which are also linking to other districts. Tanzui to Sirigu to Naga road, which is a distance of 31 kilometers. Government has awarded that contract. The contractor is on site at a cost of 64 million Ghana cedis. That has never happened in the history of any government, that such a massive investment is being put in the road sector in our municipality. Another road, that is the Bolgatanga Technical University Road at Sombrongo, Johnson at Sombrongo. And that road goes to Zoko and eventually to Namo. It has been awarded, and the contractor is on site currently as I'm talking. That is a road that is going to cost government about 44 million Ghana cedis. So if I go to the investment that feeder roads, urban roads, and the Ghana Highway Authority has made within our municipality, it is running into hundreds of kilometers. Road repairs, reshaping, construction of new roads to link communities within the municipality. Culverts and all that. Lots of culverts have been constructed, within our municipality by these, bodies. Of course, the pothole patching that our office has been doing and all that. It's all part of the investment. So in terms of road infrastructure, there is no government in the history of our country, especially under the Fourth Republican, era, that has invested as much in the road sector within a municipality than this government. An area, a place where we are construct, you need a fitter, you need an electrician, you need what. So you are driving to one place, you know that you can provide, you can get all these services. And if you go there right now, we are putting up sheds, 8-unit sheds, about 10 of them. Yeah, and some are under construction, some have been completed. And that is going to provide about 80 sheds, for mechanics. We are also constructing shops for the mechanics so that they don't have to come to town to buy anything to go and do their work. So 40-story building, 40 shops have been completed and waiting for allocation. And we are constructing another 24. We are constructing a commercial facility that is going to have restaurants and all that to provide the people who are working at the place there with all that they need, so they don't have to run out of the place in order to look for food and all that. If you go there, we are also providing what we call we have provided a police station, we have provided a fire station. These are completed, and the police and the fire officers are soon going to occupy that. We have a state-of-the-art washroom, So if you go there, and we have awarded a contract of 1.7 kilometers of roads to be constructed within the mechanical enclave. So the whole enclave is costing government close to about 58 million Ghana cedis. So that is also another major investment that the government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is making within our municipality. And this is the first time that we are having such massive investment within our municipality. And we are very grateful to His Excellency and especially the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, for all that they are doing for us, especially within the Bolgatanga municipality. Well, thank you very much. It's true, when I came into office, one of the first hurdles that I met was that we didn't have a presiding member. And you know what that means, when you don't have a presiding member. And the main reason was that, the assembly has become very partisan, even though that is not what we know the assemblies to be. So neither side was prepared to support a candidate from the other side to become a presiding member. So we have been going on without a presiding member until late last year, early this year, I should say, where we had to hold the bull by the horns and I had to do quite a lot of work to be able to get a presiding. So now we have a presiding member. Things are going on well. We wish we had the presiding member earlier. A lot of things would have done, would have been able to do. But nonetheless, it's better late than never. So I think that has been one of the challenges that we have faced in terms of the area of governance. Of course, we also know that the area of getting people on board, and then supporting the assembly in a lot of areas. For instance, you go into town, a lot of people want to just put their structures anywhere. People want to just build anywhere, and then we have to spend quite a lot of time and energy and efforts in order to keep our municipality free of just the people just wanting to do what they want at any place and all that. And when you want to crack the whip, of course, you are labeled as somebody who is not, who is wicked, who is not understanding, because people have put out their structures and you just want. But at least we want to keep the town in order. I would say that these are some of the challenges. As I already said, Bolga is growing by leaps and bounds, and I can say that because of the conflict in Boku, a lot of people have moved into Bolga to settle. Bolga is a very peaceful town, and so a lot of people are moving to settle in Bolgatanga. And because of that, land has become so expensive. And government lands are now under siege. All the people who in those days gave the lands to government for projects, for offices, and for what have you, are all coming back and claiming the spaces that are in between offices, that they were never compensated. And so, under the 1992 Constitution, gives them the right to come back and take up lands which have not been utilized. So that is a major challenge that we are facing with land. Of course, the services also. The more people you have, the more the pressure is on. But thank God that under this government, they implemented the water project that has brought Tono. Tono is very far away, over almost 40 kilometers. But government has brought water from Tono all the way to Bolga here to supply the township and adjoining villages. So currently we don't have any problem with water because of but formerly we used to have problems with water because of the pressure, of the population. Of course, we don't have much problem with electricity, So these are the things. But of course, our road infrastructure is also coming under pressure because we have too many, cars, especially the canoes, the tricycles. I'm sure there are over 4,000 within Bolga here, and they're all operating within such a very small space, the commercial area. And so you can imagine that when you are within town, really the streets are getting overcrowded with motorcycles, with tricycles, with cars, and all that. If you happen to go into our market on a market day, the central market, there's no space for you to pass. It is such a very, very crowded market. And so these are the challenges that we are facing in terms of the urbanization. But we are, as Assembly, trying our best and trying to look for all the alternatives that exist within the limited resources that we have. We are trying to manage the situation so that life can continue. Culture, despite the fact that Bolgatanga municipality is an urbanized municipality, yet still we have close to 60% of the population that is either directly involved in agricultural production or its related activities. So agriculture has become very important. But one of the things, about farming within our municipality is the fact that land has become very, very scarce. And so there's limitation of the space. The farm sizes have become smaller, and so dry season irrigation farming has become one of the areas, the key areas that has taken over, especially rainy season irrigation farming. So a lot of our young people, you no longer see our young boys running to the south, to go and do menial jobs in the dry season, because a lot of them are involved in dry season irrigation farming vegetables. Pepper has become the gold. Pepper farming has become the gold of our region, especially in the agricultural area. So a lot of our young people are buying pumping machines and then looking for water sources. And then some are even now using the compound farm that used to be, they use for farming millet and or the cereals. They're now using that one to cultivate vegetables. So that is an area that we as Assembly are putting our focus on, dry season irrigation farming. And because on a very small piece of land, you can actually earn so much on it, as opposed to the rainy season farming, where the cereals are not performing that much and all that. In the area of farming, that is what I can say. I'm sure you have heard about the Bolga basket. Basket weaving is one of the highest employers of especially our women folk, especially during the dry season. In fact, now it is no longer even during the dry season, but even right now, people are weaving. People are giving much more time now to weaving baskets than they will give to farming, because you earn a lot more than our farming enterprise. I can say that within our municipality, you can talk about some 30 to 40,000, weavers, especially mainly women who are basket weavers. So that is one area that also, as a municipality, and then also trying to get NGOs, and there are a lot of actors in within the basket industry. And as a municipality, that's an area we are also focusing on. And so when we get funding, especially under the SOCO, where we are having money in the area, to support, small-scale, enterprises, those are the areas that we are focusing on, trying to support them under the what we call the LET program. There's some money that we are trying to use to support weavers. Also, the other area is the smoke weavers. Bolga, the Bolga smoke. It's a very unique, smoke. That's one other area that, a lot of people, young people, elderly people, are involved in the smoke. And the smokes are coming from the cloth weaving, and hundreds of girls, are daily weaving. Some have been trained, especially school, those who have gone to school dropouts, people who have completed JHS, people who have completed SSS, are now beginning to go back into what? To learn how to weave. They are being trained, so a lot of girls are into the weaving industry, and they are supplying cloth to the smoke weavers and to also those who want to sew cloth. So that's one area. If you go into the hairdressing, the saloons and all that, these are areas that are employing large numbers of people, and those are areas that, as Assembly, we are also looking to find ways and means of supporting them, especially to the budget under the letter of the SOCO project that has come. In terms of water, I would say that since 2017 till date, the Municipal Assembly has provided over 100 boreholes, both hand pumps and mechanized boreholes, to rural communities. In terms of sanitation, we have a very strong, workforce that is working in the sanitation division, and they are daily, and in addition to the labor, the workers from the Zoom Lion, daily, these are the people who are doing a lot of the work in terms of keeping our city clean, evacuating the waste, both liquid and solid waste. We have our, the waste dumping site, which is about some 7 or 6 kilometers from here, out of town, and that is where our dump, the area where we dump our waste. So yes, this is an area that we Assembly spends a lot of its resources in terms of evacuating both liquid and solid waste and disposing of it at the right places, and while keeping our cities and our markets clean. The workforce are always there to do that. As Assembly, we are not doing much because we don't have the capacity and the resources to work in the area of housing. But one of the things that we have been, asking the Minister of Works and Housing to do is to hand over the junior staff quarters that were built in the 60s, very old, and they are there, and we think that if we take them over, we will be able to rehabilitate them better, and then also provide better accommodation to many of our workers. Housing is actually a big issue for us as a municipality. As I said, this is where we have all the regional offices, you have district offices, you have NGOs, so there are a lot of, there's a lot of pressure on housing. As I sit here, because of the few junior staff quarters that we have several letters, the file is full of applications for allocation of junior staff quarters, but we don't have the quarters to allocate to them. So that is a major area, but of course, as Assembly, we don't have the capacity to provide more housing to people. I mean, we have a lot of festivals that various communities and in association, in collaboration with their chiefs, undertake within the municipality, and we really support and encourage those areas. But one of the areas that we are thinking of, we are in collaboration with an NGO that is called Trade Aid, that on an annual basis organizes an event, and we are in support of that. It's an exhibition of our artifacts, of our the baskets and all the things that Bolga produces. But it's also an area where we are thinking that in future we should also incorporate cultural activities more within that annual event. So yes, we are supporting. We are in collaboration with the chiefs. We try to support, encourage, the cultural festivals that take place annually. As assembly, we try to support and facilitate and encourage. I think if we have to develop, we have to change our mindset. And I think that is one of the things that I think we need to do. If I left here and people would say that it was Honorable Asanga when he was M.C.E. that he kept pushing for this type of thing to happen, for us to think in a different way. I think that everybody needs to do something. We all need to play our roles. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a nurse, whatever work you do, I think we need to do it and do it well. If you are a teacher, you go to school and you gather under a tree and you are conversing, and the children are playing around, even during classes hours. That is what I always stand against. So for me, I think that a change of mindset, that each and every one of us has a contribution to make towards our national development, and that it is not, government only that is supposed to do that. Yes, and the mindset includes keeping the municipality clean, and that's why I set up a task force, and I said that they should go around town often and see that everybody's shop front is clean. So clean your shop front. Operation, have a toilet in your compound house. You can't build a compound house of 14 rooms, and all the people in the 14 rooms have to get out in the night and go and shit. And they look for corners, they look for gutters to shit into. So those are the things that I'm thinking that if I left behind people who will be thinking that, look, we need to have toilets in our homes. I need to clean my shop front. I need to help the municipality with the sanitation issues, and not think that they should come and clean in front of me in the market, along the road. People should come and sweep and I sit in my shop. I think that is wrong. And this is the kind of mentality that I would like to change in the municipality. Sacrifice. If you are a young person and you are looking to play a leadership role in our community, the first thing is that you should come to that job with the mission and the mind to sacrifice. If you come thinking that, look, you want to be rewarded for whatever you do, you will end up not doing anything for your community. So you need to sacrifice. Besides sacrificing, you need to improve yourself. Leadership, you can't give what you don't have. So you cannot spend all your time trying to help people, trying to work, trying to do that and that and that, without improving yourself. And that's why I always tell our young people that, please educate yourselves. Educate yourself. Not only education, acquire a skill. Instead of sitting under sheds and playing cards the whole time, another person is at the fitting shop learning fitting. For 3 years, he comes out as a fitter, and then you have been sitting under shed playing cards for 3 years. Somebody is at the the tailor's with the tailor. He learning how to sew. 3 years, he comes out as a seamstress or as a tailor. You are still playing cards. 3 years under a shed, and then and you think that, look, that will not send us anywhere. So I say, young people, improve yourselves, be prepared to sacrifice, and I'm sure God will be with you. We have less than 60 days to election, and we have a choice to make. We have a choice to vote and go forward, or make a U-turn and go backwards. And Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia is the one who will take this country forward, and no other person. So I'm appealing to anybody who will be watching me, and I'm saying that with all the sincerity. It's not to because I'm M.P.P, but I'm sure that anybody watching, from an objective point of view, if you're a Ghanaian and you have watched events from an objective point of view, and you have seen what this man has been able to do as a vice president,
that he has spearheaded over 30 policy initiatives for the N.P.P, as against the others. I think that this is the man that we should all make president. And I'm sure if we make him president, come 7th December, the next 4 years will see us as a nation really making leaps and bounds, moving forward. Of course, for my compatriots within Bolga municipality, you have seen what Honorable Azikadongo can do in 8 years. And I'm sure that you are all desirous of change. And that is why I want to appeal to them, everyone, to vote for Honorable Figo Awanika Atia. I would single out Dr. Bawumia as a real role model for myself, because ever since I got to know him, and I've seen the gentility, the humility, the way he goes about things, slow to speak, and quick to listen. You sit with him, and sometimes you are rather the one talking, rather than he being the one. People will probably see him on the stage and they think that he is somebody who is a talkative. He's not a talkative. When you are with him, he's actually just a listener, and this is the kind of person that I want to be. Sometimes we tend to talk too much. We tend to want to let everybody know what we hear what we know. But he listens. He just sits down there and listens and listens. He's so patient and he's so humble and all that. So this is the kind of person that I normally see and say, look, if I were like him, and he welcomes everybody, whether you are black or short, tall or short, Christian or Muslim, Southerner or Northerner. I mean, he's somebody who accommodates everybody. This is the kind of person that I think that I normally look up to and say that, look, if I were like him, I would be very happy to take the mantle forward. And I'm sure that you will not regret it. He has just come on board, less than a year, and the things he is doing, on his own, he's not using common fund. He doesn't have common fund. But what he has been able to do so far convinces everybody within the municipality that he is the right person, and that if we put him in parliament, we will not regret. I have been saying that the work of parliament is about lobbying and facilitating. You lobby for projects, you lobby for finances, you lobby for investment. It is just not about using your common fund only to put a few projects here and there. And so we should, because then the common fund should have been given to the assembly so that we can use it to do the same things. So I'm pleading that now is the time to change. 8 years is enough. Let's send Honorable Figo Awanika Atia there, and I'm sure that we will be smiling if we do.